Hey you guys, it's Kristen and welcome back to the Gold Project. May 31st, which is tomorrow, marks my 5th Blogiversary. I started blogging on May 31st of 2011. So to celebrate, I thought I would do a Q&A video and do a little giveaway. I reached out to you guys on my last video and then on Instagram and Facebook, and y'all gave me some awesome questions. So, of course, like everything else, I made a list so I would not forget any of the questions that you guys asked. And I'm going to share the questions and answers with you right now. I will be sharing 20 different questions with you guys and the answers to those 20 questions. I'm going to try my best to fully answer every one of the questions, but not spend 30 minutes a question. So let's get to it. The first set of questions deal with meal planning and food. Let's see. The first question is, do I cook? Yes, I do cook. I don't cook probably as much as I would like to because of our hectic schedules. My daughter right now has cheer on Mondays from 5:30 to 7 and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7, and then on Tuesdays from 4 to 4:30. So that's 3 days right there that it's hard for me to take her to and from cheer and cook. But we do not eat out every day. If I don't cook a nice meal, we will have something like chicken nuggets, or spaghetti is usually pretty fast. So we might eat out maybe once or twice a week. But all the other times we do eat at the house. We might grab something like a sandwich. But yes, I do cook. Question number 2 is, do I meal plan? Yes, I do meal plan. Usually on Sundays, my husband and I will sit down and create a grocery list. And I will write down, I'll have my planner out, and I will kind of write down the meals that we want to have that week. And yes, it's not set in stone, but I like to kind of have an idea in my head of what we're going to have each night. Whether it is, hey, we're going to grab a quick bite to eat, out. I will usually mark that down so I will know during the day what I need to do when I get home. So yes, I do meal plan. I think that's basically for us the only way that we can make grocery store trips successful. We only buy what we need at the grocery store. I will have a list, or my husband will have a list, and we will buy what is on that list. And we make sure to go through each day and write down the things that we need for meals for each day of the week. Now, question number 3, do I pack lunches? Yes, I do. I pack lunches for myself and I pack lunches for my daughter. My husband kind of takes care of himself, and my son eats at daycare. But yes, I pack a lunch for my daughter every day. She would rather take her lunch to school rather than eat in the cafeteria, which either one is fine with me, but that's just what she likes to do. For myself, yes, I pack a lunch every single day. I don't think there was a day this year that I actually went out and got food from somewhere else. I take something every day to eat at school. I only have 30 minutes for lunch, which is not a lot of time to get down the street anyways and get food from a restaurant. So I always bring my food, and plus it saves us money. If I was to eat out every single day, that would cost our household a lot of money. So I would just prefer to fix my meals every single day. Okay, before I get to question 5, let me just address my hair and my makeup for today. I live in Arkansas, if you did not know that, and that's actually one of the next questions. I live in Arkansas, which is in the South, which is very, very humid here, so I've got thick hair, and my hair does not like humidity. So I've sat here and worked for like 25, 30 minutes to get this hair to kind of straighten out, and it's looking like a hot mess today. It is, it's all like standing out and not working well for me. But you guys, this is about as good as it's going to get for today. So I apologize for that. And I'm sitting underneath some studio lights because it has been raining here all week. And I have no natural light. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have any for the next couple of days. So with these lights beaming on my face, I keep sweating. So I have to keep pausing to go like pat down my face. And I'm not a big sweater either. So yes. So, excuse my face and my hair for this video. Question number 4. Am I from Arkansas, or did I move here? Now, this is going to be a question that's got a detailed answer because I'm going to fully explain the whole situation for you. Okay. I would say I'm originally from Arkansas. I was born in 1982 in Memphis, Tennessee. My parents lived in Marktree, Arkansas, which is a little bitty town in northeastern Arkansas. I lived there until I was 4 years old when my parents got divorced. And I moved with my mom and my sister, which is 4 years younger to me, to Caruthersville, Missouri. And that is in the Boot Heel of Missouri. And it is a little bitty town as well. So I lived there, went to school. Then when I graduated, I went to Ole Miss in Oxford, Mississippi to get my degree. And then after I graduated, I moved to Memphis, Tennessee and worked at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital for a year and a half until I moved back to Caruthersville. My husband, when we got married, my husband and I are from the same hometown. I guess you would say we were high school sweethearts. We lived there until 2014. And then he got a job opportunity in Paragould, Arkansas. And we moved to Paragould, Arkansas. We have been here ever since then. And so I guess you would say I've been full circle. I started out living in Arkansas, and I'm back to living in Arkansas. Okay, the next question is, do I have any fears? Oh, yes, I have some fears. My first one I did not realize I had until probably about a year ago when I saw it circulating on Facebook, and that is trypophobia. And I will make sure to spell it out down here. You're probably going, what in the heck is that? I didn't know what it was until this time last year. It is basically a fear of holes. I'm not going to pop up a picture because if you have it, it will give you chills like I have right now just talking about it. I don't know why. I guess it's some kind of mental thing. If I see like holes that are really close together, it just makes my skin crawl. So if you're curious to know what that is, make sure you Google it. I am not putting a picture up of it because I have a fear of heights. I did not know I had a fear of heights until this time last year when my husband's indoor practice field at the high school, on the outside of the building, it has these stairs that you can go in the building from like the outside, and it has these metal stairs that have little holes that you can see the ground. And I was kind of scared walking up there. My knees started locking up, and I realized at that point that I had a fear of heights. Last thing that I would say I have a fear of, and I've had this since, I can't even remember. I have got this fear, and I don't know if it has a name, of people breaking into my house, me waking up in the middle of the night and seeing some stranger standing over me, gonna kill me. I know it sounds very, very horrible, but I was so terrified growing up that I would lock my bedroom door, double check it, triple check it, because I was terrified of somebody coming into my room and me waking up and they're standing over me. And still to this day, I don't like to stay at home by myself. So if my husband is gone and it's just me and the kids, normally when it gets dark, we'll stay in the room and not come out. Okay, next, do I have any pet peeves? My number one pet peeve would be making up a bed in the morning. It is passed down from my mom. My mom raised me to make up the bed every morning, and once you get out of the bed, you don't get back in the bed for the day until you go to bed at nighttime. So that is my biggest pet peeve. My husband tried to fight it at the beginning of our marriage, and now he just kind of doesn't say anything at all about it because that's just something that I have to do every single day. Everybody's bed has got to be made before we go to work and school in the morning. My next question is, do I plan on having any more children? And the answer would be no, I do not. We took care of that a couple years ago. So if I come on one of these videos and I tell y'all, hey, you guys, I'm pregnant, believe me, it is not planned. It was a hello, you're pregnant type of thing. So we have 2 kids. We have a daughter and we have a son, and that is perfect for us financially and everything like that. We are good to go, so we don't have any other plans to have children in the future. Now, the next question would be a home tour. Am I going to give a home tour? I am slowly but surely getting all of our rooms together in our household. So I plan on doing a full home tour once I get everything put together. So as I finish a room, I'm sharing it with you guys. So remember, we just moved into this house in January of 2015. So we are on a budget. We are both teachers. So we are slowly but surely trying to tackle every area of our house. And as we tackle those areas, I'm sharing it with you guys. Okay, my next question was, what are some of my favorite gluten-free foods? So in case you did not know, I have been gluten-free since July 21st of last year. So it has been a learning process for sure, but I have got some favorite foods that I eat quite often, and I have them all in here that I'm going to share with you one at a time. In the mornings, normally what I will eat with my coffee is these pure protein bars, and they are gluten-free. I like the peanut butter ones. My husband also eats these, and he likes the chocolate. I tried the chocolate, and I hated it. It tasted like chocolate chalk. If I was to taste something that tasted like chocolate chalk, that's what it would taste like in my mind. These are in the medication section in like all the weight loss bars and shakes. I don't really understand it. I'm not taking it to lose weight or anything. I'm just taking it because I had to get rid of my favorite bars that I ate for breakfast because they were wheat-based. And then as a snack in the mornings, I normally eat this Yoplait Greek 100 calorie strawberry yogurt. Once again, I did like the Oikos, I think that's how you pronounce it, yogurt, but it contained gluten, so I had to change that and find something new. And I really, really, really like this yogurt, and it's gluten-free. Sometimes I will have these Vans gluten-free blueberry waffles. And let me tell you, they're not nearly as good as the Eggo waffles. And I do not like the plain ones because, they're really flaky. But for some reason, I do like the blueberry ones. And they didn't have these at my Walmart. If I go to the local Kroger that's about 30 minutes away, I will pick up an extra box or two of these, so I'll have them on hand. Let's see. I also have discovered this in the last month or two, and I've been eating it a lot. And Quaker oatmeal makes this gluten-free instant oatmeal, and it's really good. It doesn't taste any different to me. And I will put pecans, craisins, and strawberries in it. And it's really, really good. Next for lunch, sometimes I eat this quite often and they have these at my local Walmart. These gluten-free Amy's burritos. These are so good. And my husband has actually he has started eating these as well sometimes. They're really filling, and they're gluten-free, and they're quick. So these are some of the things. This is something that I eat for lunch when I'm working. And next, my husband found this for me at Walmart a couple weeks ago. And it is the Better Way gluten-free 7-grain bread. And let me tell you, for the last year, I have been eating the bread that's in the frozen section. And it's not been that fabulous. I mean, it's okay, but it's really small slices. But this, I really liked. It actually tastes just like regular wheat bread. But the only downfall of this is that once you open it, like the expiration date says June 28th. But once you open it, it only lasts a week. So I've had this in there for about a week or two. And I don't plan on opening it until I plan on eating the whole thing within a week, because I don't want to waste any of it. And for my little snack at work, after I eat my lunch, I will usually take one of these little snack packs and have it just to kind of curb my sweet tooth that I might have. And these are gluten-free too. And this one is vanilla and chocolate. I normally get either that one or the chocolate one. And last but not least is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. These are my absolute favorite, and I like to put them in the freezer too, so they're a little bit hard when I eat them. Also, if I don't eat these, the other 2 chocolates that are gluten-free that I really love are M&M's. M&M's, plain M&M's are gluten-free, and Milk Duds. So those 3 things right there, if I'm really wanting something sweet, I will eat those. Oh, and one other thing I want to share with you guys. Okay, my favorite discovery of all has got to be these Pillsbury gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. These are amazing. I mean, truly amazing. They do now make brownies and cake mix and several different things that you can get that are gluten-free. My husband has made them 2 different times in the last couple of weeks for me, and I absolutely love them. Okay, my next question is, what are some of my favorite current books? Still, after I read through this question, I'm thinking, any books? I think I've read 7 books so far for 2016. Still, none of them compare to my favorite 3 from last year. The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton, Leaving Time by Jodi Picoult, and What Alice Forgot by Leanne Moriarty. Those are still my top 3, but I have got... But I'm actually going to read in the fall 1 or 2 books from Jodi Picoult, and I'm going to read 1 book from Kate Morton. So I'm expecting them to be really, really good. I've heard some really good things about those 3 books, so I'm hoping that they will make my favorites list. Now, next it says, do I enjoy traveling? What was my favorite trip, and where do I hope to travel to one day? Do I enjoy traveling? Yes, I do enjoy traveling. It's a little bit, we don't travel that often unless we're just traveling to visit family, because it's a little bit difficult when you've got 2 kids, a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. So we don't travel as much as we would like to. But this year we're going on our first family vacation because my son is finally potty trained, so we don't have to worry about taking diapers and all that kind of stuff. We will be going to the beach this summer, so it'll be our first vacation, and we're going to try to schedule vacations every summer because I think it's important. Now, what was my favorite trip? Of course, my Disney World trip. My husband and I, for our honeymoon, went to Orlando, and we visited Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal Studios, and that hands down is my favorite. We are hoping to be able to take our kids to Orlando in the next year or 2 while they're in the Disney loving age. So that was hands down my favorite trip. Disney World, I could go every year and not get enough of it. I am a Disney fanatic. And where would I like to travel to one day? New York City. It is on my life list to travel to New York City. I would love to be able to go during Christmas time to see it fully decorated too. And my husband really wants to go to Italy. So hopefully, 20 years down the road, hopefully we'll be able to make that trip as well. It said I had somebody that wanted to know if the people that I work with know about my YouTube channel, and I guess I'll count my students in that as well. Do they know about my YouTube channel? Do they watch it? What do they say about it? I don't really make it really known at work and for my students that I have a YouTube channel. I don't know. I just kind of try to separate my work from, I guess, what you'd call my side hustle. I heard Alexis, Miss Trenchcoat, say that, and I thought, you know what, that is a great term to use for what I do on the side, my side hustle. I really like that. I try to keep it separate, but in the last 6 months, I have had students tell me that they have found my YouTube channel and have been watching my videos. So I don't know how that's happened, but somehow I have not told them that I have a YouTube channel, but somehow they have found out and have subscribed and are watching. So, I think it's a great thing. And I like it, but I just try to separate the two. Okay, next, what is my summer schedule like once school is out? Do I follow a daily routine, and do I have a cleaning schedule? In the summer, we really don't have a schedule. We kind of go with the flow. I try to do a little bit in the house every single day. Laundry is a daily thing. Dishes are a daily thing. Straightening up the house is a daily thing. But, you know, when I work, I don't have as much time to devote to that, and some areas get left unstraightened up. So when I'm home during the summer, I can spend more time making sure those areas are tidy and put together and everything gets done. Really, we don't have a schedule on when we're going to get in bed at night or anything like that. My son still goes to daycare at the same time every day. So my husband has to get up in the mornings to go to football practice, so they still get up basically the same time, and he gets off to daycare at the same time. But my daughter and I, we really don't have a schedule. We go to bed at the same time just about every night, but some nights we don't, sometimes we do. We just don't feel stressed about it because there's not a specific time that we have to get up in the mornings. But I will say that on a side note, on the scheduling part, I am able to devote more time to my YouTube channel and my blog. So I will kind of make sure I keep a schedule for that and make sure that I'm doing a little bit for that each day so I'm not swamped on the weekends. So normally I do a lot of my filming on the weekends during school, but now I'm able to spread things kind of out and do bigger projects and all of that stuff for you guys. So I'm kind of excited about that. Next, do my husband and I take the summer off since we are both teachers, or do we have part-time jobs? Well, for me, let me address me first. I use my YouTube channel and my blog. That's usually what type of work I do in the summers. No, I don't make a lot of money on it, but I like it. I would rather do this instead of sitting in front of the TV being a couch potato all day. So a lot of my time is spent scheduling out things that I want to do for my blog and YouTube, and filming and editing and learning and all of that sort of thing. Now my husband, yes, my husband is a teacher, but he is also a coach. He coaches 12 months a year. So this summer, I think he'll get 2 weeks off. They call it their dead period, where they're not allowed to do any type of coaching, no weightlifting, no football practice or anything, and that's when we will take vacation. But every single day, he is up at the indoor in the weight room, making sure his players are in there, getting their workouts done every single day. This is our first day of summer vacation, and he was up at the same time today at the indoor at 7, and he'll be there till probably noon, a little after. So his job is 12 months a year. Even though he's not teaching, he is still coaching during the summer months. Let's see. Thoughts on choosing a career. Okay, my career story is, it's a big one. Let's see. I did not go to school to be a teacher. I went to school. I started out my degree in fashion merchandising. I took an internship at Macy's between my junior and senior year, and I decided retail was not for me. I wanted to have a family. I was going to bed at getting home some nights at 10:30, 11. Then I was back up the next morning at 5 o'clock. To go to open the store the next day, and I just realized that just was not going to be the life for me. So I had some soul searching and decided to switch my major to marketing. So it added an extra year to my bachelor's degree. So after that, I went and worked for St. Jude for a year and a half, and I decided that I started a job at St. Jude's because I wanted to impact the lives of kids. And, I wasn't working directly with kids, so I didn't really feel the connection that I was making or helping kids out. So I decided to quit my job after a year and a half and start subbing and go back and get my teaching certificate. So that is what I did, and that was 2006. So I went back, got my teaching certificate, and in the state of Missouri, you can get what's called an alt cert, an alternative certification. So since I had a bachelor's degree, I could teach and then get my teaching certificate at the same time. So that is what I did. So I think that took until 2009 for me to get my teaching certificate. So at that point, I was certified in business and marketing. So I've been teaching ever since August of 2007. And let's see, beginning of 2011, I decided that, teaching paid my bills and I liked it, but I still was not meeting that internal passion of mine. So out of the blue, I decided to start a blog to kind of try to figure out what my passion was in life. So I teach and I do blog and YouTube on the side. Blogging and YouTubing about planning and organizing is my passion. That is what I would like to spend all day, every day doing, because I love it. I come home at night from school and I will spend some time on that. It doesn't feel like work to me because I love it. Now, I love teaching, but the organizing and planning is my passion. Now, if I was to give any tips on choosing a career, don't be hard on yourself about it. If you are, let's see, if you're in college and you don't know what you want to be, it is okay. If you get out of school and you decide you want to go into a specific field and that turns out not to be good for you, it is okay. It is okay to change your mind. It is okay to take one path and then decide this is not the path for me. You need to choose another one, because life is about learning. Life is about discovering yourself. You are not going to know that, or if you do at the age of 18, props to you. I did not know what I wanted to do when I was 18 years old. I mean, just think, you've only been on this earth 18 years. How in the world are you supposed to have the next 50 years planned out when most of that time was spent you as a kid? So it is okay if you don't know what you want to do. Feel out, try different things before you settle into one. And it might take you 5 years. It might take you 10 years. I mean, look, it took me almost 10 years to figure out what my passion was. And it's okay. So just be easy on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. The next one, pros and cons of teaching. Pros, everybody probably knows what the pros are. We get some time off. I still have to do some professional development hours this summer, and we have different in-services we have to attend, but I do have extra time to do stuff like YouTube and my blog and to spend with my kids, and it gives me kind of a mental rest. So the vacations and the breaks are nice. Now, some of the cons of teaching: it can be mentally draining, and some people are like, teaching, you get 3 months off in the summer. Yes, but let me tell you, when you have taught from August to May, you need that time to mentally rest, because you are mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted by the time May hits. Now, also, teaching now versus teaching 10 years ago, not the same. The field of teaching has been put in so much pressure. These people that make the decisions for the education world have never stepped foot in a classroom, but they are making decisions for education. You have never came into a classroom. You have never sat 8 hours with a first grader. You have never, none of that. You have never made decisions about, food in the cafeteria. I mean, none of that. That's the cons. People are all in education that don't know anything about it. So that's the cons. They've got all these type of standards that you have to meet, all these kind of restrictions, and merit-based pay. Who came up with merit-based pay? Basically, if your kids succeed on a test, then you get paid, or you get paid better. Once again, I'm sure those people that made that have never sat in a classroom before. So that's the hard part. You've got people making decisions about education and making all of these requirements for you that have never stepped foot in a classroom. So it can get kind of stressful. And for the areas of like math and English and reading and all that, there's even more pressure on them Since I teach in an elective class, I don't have nearly as much pressure, but it's not easy. Teaching is not what it used to be. There's a lot of requirements and expectations of teachers today. Where do I store my planners, and do I ever go back and look at them? Are you ready for a shocker? I do not have any old planners. Why? Because This is the first year, full year, that I've decorated my planner and really done something other than chicken scratch in my planner. So my last year's planner, I actually gave to my daughter so she could just kind of practice and use it and draw in it and stick stickers in it if she wanted to. So I don't have any of my old planners. I know that's a shocker, but I don't. But when I finished with this Erin Condren Life Planner, I will keep it to reference in years to come. How long have I been doing purges and organization, and do I see it as never ending? Yes, I see it as never ending. I read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up this time last year. I did a whole series on the KonMari method, but I will tell you, this is my feeling, and I know there's some people that are like, it changed my life and all of this type of thing. I think home purges, you're going to have to purge every year. Why do I think you're going to purge every year? Number one, my kids are 3 and 7. Their sizes change. Their interests change. For instance, my daughter for 1 year was into Dora. Then she was into the princesses. And then she was into Shopkins. So all of those things change. So we have to go through and purge every year and get rid of things that don't fit, things they don't like anymore. And just as they grow, things need to be cleaned out. For me, my style and clothes change every year. Things that I thought I was going to really like, I don't like. I mean, my tastes always change. Things that may have been useful 1 year are not going to be useful the next year. So I do not feel like you can purge one time and be done. I think it's an every 6 months or every year type of thing. It's not one of those, like I think Marie Kondo says, you can tidy up one time and you should be done. No, you cannot. I mean, if you can, props to you, but my household is not like that. We have to purge every 6 to 12 months because things change, life changes, scheduling changes, interests change. So I think purging is a never-ending thing for us. And it just makes me feel good every time I donate some things. How do I find time to stay organized? I have told y'all in the past, I am not a big TV watcher. If I have some extra time, I will probably come in here like the other night. I came in here and sat down with my son, and we reorganized some of my crafting stuff. I find enjoyment out of organizing. I mean, I will find time to go in there to my closet and just reorganize it. Just because it internally makes me feel good. I have been taught that you find time for things you want to find time for. So basically, if you want to clean out that cabinet, you're going to find time to clean out that cabinet. You're not going to find excuses. So that, for me, is how I stay organized. I make it my priority to get in there and organize something. And once I make it a priority, once I write it on a to-do list, I make it happen. I am a goal setter. And I like to accomplish goals, mark things out on lists. So that's how I stay organized. If I get everything kind of organized, the tidying up part is a lot easier. So I just do a little bit every day. I don't kill myself. Let's say that you're a person that's you're not organized at all. Start small. Start with a drawer. And then that drawer will give you a little bit of motivation to move maybe to a cabinet with 3 shelves. And then maybe that cabinet will make you, go into your entire kitchen. And then your entire kitchen will make you move to another area. So it's not, if you've never been an organized person, it's probably going to be hard for you to just go in there and tackle one solid room. Start small and work your way up. For me, I have been an organizer for a while now. I do plan on doing in some future videos. If you'd like to see it, let me know. Confessions of an organizer. So showing you guys things that I don't have organized on a daily basis. Things that are not put together in my household. The real ins and outs of a household that does not stay completely organized all the time. So make sure you leave me in the comments below if you would like to see that. So I like to organize. I consider myself an organized person, but I'm not always that way. And that's all for my questions and answers. I hope you enjoyed hearing all of my questions and my answers to each one of those. And now it's time for my 5-year Blogiversary giveaway. And all of these, well, I'm not going to say all these products. I have bought most of them, and then I have some from a company that I worked with. So I've got 2 prizes to give away. So there will be 2 winners, and there's basically the same thing in each one of these. So you will get, let me take everything out. So you will get an Erin Condren clutch. And inside of that clutch, you will get a list pad from the Dollar Spot, of course. You will get 2 Ollie clips, a set of page flags, a set of sticky notes, and then a company that I worked really close with sent me some things to give away. So each one of you will receive these cute little magnetic cupcake clips that can go on like your refrigerator or a magnetic board. So I've got 2 of these for 2 winners. So in order to enter this giveaway, you can check my blog link in the description below. And that is all for this question and answer video. Thank you to everybody that submitted questions. I hope you enjoyed hearing my answers to each one of them. Make sure you check out my link in the description below to enter my giveaway. I hope you give this video a thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you'll have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.